Hello, welcome to my channel. My name is Daniella. If this is your first time watching me, hi, hello, welcome. Hit the subscribe button, like this video, and comment down something below. And if you are a returning subscriber, thank you so much for coming back, and I hope you enjoy this video. Today we are talking about Cruel Summer, the newest show on Freeform. I'm gonna be talking about how I started watching this show. I'll talk about the characters, the plots, and my hopes for season 2 as well. Due to the content of this show though, I will be saying a trigger warning for grooming and domestic violence. Starting off, I saw a bunch of ads for this show, but I kind of was like, okay, it looks cool, but I didn't really care to watch it. And then like my whole timeline on Twitter was like, oh, this is kind of a good show. So I started watching it and I got like halfway through the first episode and I was so bored. But then I kept watching, I forced myself through, and the ending of the episode I was like, ooh. So then I was like, okay, let me keep watching. And also I love Olivia Holt. I've loved her since Kicking It and Girl vs. Monster when she was doing her Disney Channel thing. So I was like, you know what, I'm gonna watch it to support her, and I'm very happy that I watched it. Let's get right into the characters. I'm gonna talk about Angela. Honestly, Angela wasn't that big of a character, but I didn't like her, and here's the reason why. How are you going to just start dating a man that just got out of his marriage and his daughter is on trial for possibly seeing a kidnapping victim, and you are new to the town and you said, yeah, that's who I want? Like, it just doesn't make any sense to me. And then her trying to be like the mom figure to Jeanette, like, it was weird. Next up is Cindy. I think she's weird. She's very sus. And I think that's where Jeanette gets her weirdness from, because like the way that Cindy was trying so hard for her to be friends with Joy and for Kate to be friends with Jeanette is very weird. And I also want to know the backstory between Cindy and Joy, because they like alluded to it in a couple of the episodes, but they never actually said anything. So like, what happened to make Cindy the way she was? We're talking about Greg. I just think that Greg is a little bit too trusting of Jeanette. Like, I get that, like, that's your baby girl and stuff, but she literally broke into that man's house multiple times while Kate was kidnapped. And she lied to you about it. And you were telling your wife not to worry about it. Broke into the house yourself. And still was like, she's fine. Joy Wallace really embodied the Texan mom. She did it very, very well. But also, she was very like overbearing. She cheated on her husband, and then she made Kate feel bad for like trying to tell her dad, like, girl, you're cheating on your man. How are you gonna blame it on your daughter? Next up is Rod. I think it's very interesting that they decided to make that interracial relationship happen between him and Joy. It was a little weird at times, but it worked. I liked Rod. I thought he was cool. He definitely should have said something when Joy slapped Kate, because then maybe she wouldn't have been kidnapped. I'm going to talk about Derek, who is Jeanette's brother. I wish that we had got to see Derek more. I wish we got to see more about Derek and Ashley's relationship, because that one episode where he got the chat logs, they had just done some dirty, and I want to see what led up to that. You know what I mean? Like, I saw the tension at the hunting trip, but I wanted to see more of it. He was a good brother. I just wanted to say justice for Ashley. She deserved to be in the show more. Also, do think it's weird that she was Bernique. I think it was weird for her to be acting as a survivor of grooming and kidnapping, because I get that she wanted to like get close to Kate and like be a sister and be there for her, but she could have done it in so many different ways. You know what I mean? Ben and Vince's relationship was so cute, and they didn't get nearly enough screen time. I just feel bad for him. Now for Vince, first off, let's talk about the weird crush that Vince had on Jeanette and the way that he followed her into Martin Harris's house that second time into the basement, and also the way that he just like did not believe that she could do any wrong was very weird. So Vince is a little sus to me. Otherwise, I really liked Vince. Next up is Jamie. And I don't like Jamie at all. For many reasons, starting off with one, he punched Jeanette in the face. He gaslit Kate. And then he ended up still being with Jeanette after being with Kate. I don't even understand what was going through that man's head. He was drinking and driving, ruined Ben's future. Like, Jamie is not a redeeming character at all. They really gotta work on the redemption arc for season 2, or I'm still gonna be hating him. Next up, we're talking about Martin Harris. Martin Harris is a very, very disgusting man. He was so weird and so creepy, and the scrunchie thing was just always weird, and the way he was just always there. He deserved to be killed the way that he did. Next up is backstabbing, lying Mallory. Mallory was a little bit too much sometimes. We're just gonna say it. Like, she was always like, you gotta do it, you gotta do it, you gotta do it. And it's like, okay, but chill. And then the way that she dropped Jeanette so quickly, I mean, I would have probably done the same thing. Then the way that she hopped over to Kate was sus. Next up is main weirdo number 1, Jeanette. I never liked that girl. Never did. Her obsession with Kate was just weird. And then also her obsession with Martin Harris. And even if she didn't see Kate in the house, why was she in the house? Like, why was she always going into Martin Harris's house? What was the reason? Even in the season finale, when we found out that she wasn't even the one that saw her, I still thought she was weird. Like, I wasn't getting that redemption arc. I wasn't believing the redemption arc, because you're weird. Like, why are you obsessed with someone that much? Taking her whole life, copying everything she did. The outfits, the clothes, the hair, the friends, the boyfriend. And like acting fake worried when you found out that she was missing. Like, it's weird. Next up is Kate Wallace. I loved Kate Wallace. I was believing Kate Wallace from the beginning. Probably because Olivia Holt was playing her, and I just love Olivia Holt. But also, she was the victim. Like, I'm gonna believe the victim, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not gonna believe Jeanette, who has shown to be weird. Like, I'm gonna believe Kate. Obviously, it was sad to watch her being groomed. Episode 9 was the craziest episode, I think, because finding out that they were just like there, like planning for her 18th birthday and out here being like a married couple, like sleeping in the same bed, all up on each other, kissing. She was out there for 119 days, not in the basement. She was literally so close. Like, she was right there. She was still in Skyland. It wasn't like she got kidnapped and like taken to Houston or something. Like, she was still in Skyland. Those are all the characters. Those are all my thoughts on them. I'm probably forgetting some things, but if y'all have any other like thoughts, please comment them down below, because I want to hear. Now we're gonna talk about the season 1 finale and my hopes for season 2. Season 1 finale was wild, to say the least. We found out that it was actually not Jeanette, it was Mallory. And Mallory knew that whole time while she was besties with Kate and didn't say a thing. We find out that Kate shot and killed Martin, which I am very proud of her for doing, but also I know that's probably gonna be very traumatic for her to deal with, because like, she shot him, like she killed someone at the ripe age of 16. We also find out that Annabelle was a freaking gun. This whole time, Annabelle was a gun. When we find out that Mallory's the one that saw her, Kate's reaction was very weird to me. I was like, you're not angry at her, you're not mad at her, like you're not this. And then when they're in Mallory's room and Kate's like, you were just gonna leave me here? I was like, kiss. Like, I literally, like, my instinct was like, kiss. The way that she reacted, I was like, you're in love with her. Like, you gotta be in love with her. And then we see later on, and they're dancing in front of Reunion Tower, and she kisses her, like they kiss. And I was like, ah! I knew it. Then Jeanette's little slimy booty is back in that house again, all dressed up like Kate, walks in the house, and we hear Kate screaming, like, help, 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 help. Jeanette didn't see Kate, but she heard her. Kate just forgave you for not seeing her and thinks that she was wrong the whole time, but you heard her and you still could have saved her. Let's talk about My Hopes for season 2 and what I want to see. First off, Ben and Vince. Need them more. Need them as a couple. I would love to see it. I would love to see it. Same thing goes with Mallory and Kate. What was happening outside while Kate was kidnapped? Like, how were her parents acting and how were her classmates? You know, obviously Jeanette was taking her life, but like, what was that time period for everyone outside? I would have loved to see an episode, like episode 9, but like no Kate and Martin and just everything going on in the outside world. What happened in the basement? Like, cause we saw that whole length of time of her out and about in the house. So what happened when she got in the basement? How was he treating her in the basement? Like, what was happening there? I want a new character to come in and like uncover all of Jeanette's secrets. Like, I want someone to come and be like, actually, Jeanette's a real weirdo. She could have saved Kate, and I'm gonna prove it to you. I want to see more of Ashley. Put Ashley in the show. I don't care how y'all have to figure out to put her in the show, but like, put her in the show. And that is my review on season 1 of Cruel Summer. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, hit the like button, comment, and subscribe to my channel. Also, you can follow me on Twitter, where I talk a lot about shows that I watch, Instagram, and Letterboxd for movie reviews right here on the screen. I hope you guys have a great day, great morning, great evening, great night, and I will see you guys next time.